guys, welcome back to my channel. I am GinaJyneen. If you don't know me, if you're new here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you haven't checked out any of my previous videos, make sure that you do. Alright guys, so I am doing a video that's a little bit different than what I normally bring to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to tell you how I raised my FICO score, which is your credit score, from a 500 to 720. Actually over 720 in just 1 year. So if you guys want to see what I did, my simple, easy steps, and I'm not a financial person, then make sure you stay tuned. Alright guys, just letting you know, I am not in the financial world, I am in the medical world. As you see, I have scrubs on, I just got home from work, I have my pager on me because I'm on call this weekend. So yeah, so these tips that I'm going to be sharing with you guys is basically research that I did on my own. I didn't pay any credit company, any credit repair company, I didn't pay any financial advisor. These are just tips that I learned along the way of trying to fix my credit, because my credit was horrible for so many years. Just to give you guys a little backstory, when I got my first credit card when I was 18 years old, it was about $300 or $400 on it. I got it, I was buying stuff, paying on it. They raised up my balance and I just got out of control, to be honest with you. So by the time I was, I want to say about 21 years old, I had a $10,000 credit card and I was just shopping, buying all kind of crazy stuff, and I could not pay the bill on it. I was a college student, I was working, making minimum wage, and I literally ruined my credit. From that one $10,000 credit card, and I believe I had 3 or 4 more smaller credit cards, and I just ran through them and I just didn't pay. I was very irresponsible. Fast forward over 10 years later, I didn't have any credit to my name. No credit cards whatsoever. Anything that I had, I paid cash for. So about 1.5 years ago, I was like, okay, let me try to get my credit together. So I just talked to some of my friends and, talked to my boyfriend. I was like, what do I do? I'm like new to this credit world. So first of all, these couple of steps that I took, I don't know if they're going to help you guys or if you're in the same situation. Like I said, my credit was very old, and after 7 years, your credit gets wiped away. Any negative marks you have on your credit, they do disappear. And just letting you guys know, medical does stay on your, is on your credit report. Credit cards, student loans, if you get any cars repoed, those all affect your credit. And your credit is everything. You cannot get a car. You also won't be able to get an apartment or rent a home. Even a lot of jobs now, they're looking at your credit scores. So let me just tell you guys what I did. First thing I did, I got a credit card. So I applied to, I want to say maybe 3 different credit card companies, and just to see who was going to give me a card. I was told that I was going to have to get a secured credit card, which is you put in $300 of your own money, and basically you're using your own money as credit. And after doing that for a while, then you'll be offered a regular credit card. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to use my own money. So I just tried my luck. I tried 3 different credit card companies, and one actually gave me a shot. So they gave me a credit card with a $300 limit on it, and I didn't have to use any of my own money. So that was a plus for me. So with this credit card, I would just buy small things like gas, groceries, stuff that didn't go over about $100 every month. And then at the end of every month, I tried my best to pay it completely off. If I didn't pay it completely off, I would try to pay most of it, like $70, $80, and I would not go over 1/3. That is something really big, guys. Whatever your credit card balance is, do not go over 1/3 of that balance. So if you have a $300 credit card limit, the max you need to spend is $100. I don't know if it's called like what ratio is that they use, but that will negatively affect your credit if you're using too much of your credit. After doing that, paying off my balance, keeping my balance low, after about 5 or 6 months, they raised me up to $500. So the same thing, I was still using it for small purchases, maybe a little shopping here and there, but like I said, mainly groceries and gas. Still kept this $500 balance below the 1/3 threshold, and I was paying as much of it off at the end of every month as I could. So after that 5 or 6 months, we're now a year later, and they raised my balance up to $4,000. So now I have a credit card with that same company that's $4,000. So just to bring everything together, my tip 1 for bringing your credit score up is to get a credit card, and that is either a secured credit card, which is you putting in $300 of your own money, or an unsecured credit card, which the creditors, they trust you and they'll give you $300 to start with. You keep that balance under 1/3 and you pay it off every month if you can. And also, after I had paid on my credit card for that 5 or 6 months, my score shot up like crazy. It was literally out the blue. My credit score shot up by about, I want to say about 25 to 35 points. Every month it was going up by maybe like 10, 12. So it was steady going up. But then when I hit like the 6-month mark, it shot up like tremendously. And I mean, that was just all of the, what I needed to just kickstart and just keep going, keep going. So guys, make sure you are paying consistently. It will pay off, trust me. It may seem like it's coming slow, but it will pay off by paying those credit cards down. Step 2, for me, I had a lot of student loan debt. Lots and lots of student loan debt. Well, lots to me. I know some people, their student loan debts can get in the 6 figures. Mine's definitely not like that. But I just kept deferring mine, deferring it, paying the smallest minimum balance that I was sent every month. And I was just doing the bare minimum, and it wasn't doing anything to help my credit out. So what I decided to do, if you guys get a tax return refund, which to me, I look at when I get a large sum of money like that, I look at it as money I didn't have. So when it goes out, I'm not gonna miss it. So that year, when I got my tax return back, I automatically designated half of that money to go straight towards paying my student loans. So I have 2 student loans. I paid $2,000 on one of the student loans and $2,000 on the other student loan. And when I tell you guys, literally 1 month later, when my FICO score was, I guess, when they submitted that to the creditors, my FICO score went up by like 35 points. I was like I was shocked. Like it shot up like 35 points literally right after I paid. It may have been less than a month, but if you guys come into any large lump sums of money, I say if you have student loans, go ahead and pay those. If you're financing a car, go ahead and pay more on the car note than what's due. Credit card companies do review for your FICO score. They see that, they look at that, and that is a huge jump in your credit. Instead of it being like a 4 or 5 number jump, it can be in the 20s, 30s. I've even had jumps that were in the 40s. Like 45, my score goes up by 45 points. So that's also a tip that helped me out a lot. Okay, so tip number 3, depending on how old your credit is, how old your bad credit is, like those credit card bills you didn't pay, that cell phone bill you didn't pay off back in the day, that medical bill you didn't pay off back in the day. After 7 years, those fall off. So once they start calling you and calling you and calling you, don't pay on them. they're already in collections. They're gonna try to get you, and they're gonna say, hey, your $5,000 debt, we'll reduce it to $2,000. Just leave it, guys, especially if you're at the like 5 or 6 year point. You just have another year and it's gonna fall off. So just leave it. Now, if it's the beginning and you just had this debt like a year or two, you possibly might want to pay on it. But like I said, all of my stuff was really old. This happened when I was a lot younger, and I just went so many years without even trying to fix my credit, not worrying about it, just everything. So you guys just make sure you do not pay on those really, really old debts. I mean, I've literally had creditors call me from a debt that was from 2003. It's 2018. Why are you calling me about something from 2003? And if you even give them a little glimmer of hope that you're gonna pay, they will reopen it. So do not do that. Guys, your credit is everything. It's letting you know, once I raised my credit score up to a 722, what it is now currently, I just bought a brand new car about 3 weeks ago. Last car that I bought that I financed was about 5 years ago. When my credit score was in the 500s, my interest rate was 18%. 18% interest rate for a car. I just got a car a couple of weeks ago. My interest rate is now 8%, which some of you guys are probably like, oh, that's still kind of high. 8% from an 18, that is amazing for me. I mean, I was floored. I was ecstatic. I took that 8% and I walked out the door with my brand new car, extremely happy. I'm at the point now where my credit score, if I wanted to apply and try to the bank and see if I can get financed for a house, I probably could. Your credit is everything, guys. I mean, the bad mistakes we make when we're younger, and some of us even still fall victim to making credit mistakes when we're older. I mean, just think of it like your credit, I mean, that's your livelihood. I mean, it can stop you from getting a job. It can stop you from getting just basic things that you need. So hopefully these tips helped you guys. These tips definitely helped me, you know, and I'm just a girl who, I don't have any experience in the financial world. But if you're like me, you're just trying to do it on your own, you don't want to pay anybody for help, or you don't even want anybody in your business knowing that you have such a low credit score, take some of these tips that I gave you into consideration and keep it up. And you could be like me. In 1 year, you can raise your credit score from a 500 to over 700 now. And I'm on the road to 800. I am prayerfully going to be at an 800 maybe the middle of next year. So I'm just excited. The future is like in my hands now. So, all right, guys, if you like these type of videos, let me know. And if you have any more tips for me, things that I don't know about credit and credit scores, share them down below. Until I'm at an 800 or higher, I'm not going to be satisfied. I'm going to keep working at it. All right, guys, love you. Bye.